Hello viewers, it's Sentai Michael from Screen Views, bring you the final, bring you my final review on my podcast called the Super Sentai Review. This will be the final, this will be a final review on my podcast, the Super Sentai Review. Like always, I'm going to speak very loudly, very clearly, and very slowly, in case you don't understand me. Also, I try to do my best not to preach hard during this art podcast recording as well, not to cause any art feedback as well. And also, if you're under 18, this art podcast recording will change to adult language. If you're under 18. Now, once again, if you're under 18, this art podcast recording will change to adult language. If you're under 18. Now, if you're over 18, then you get to watch this art podcast recording. Now, with this and everything else out the way, let's get into the last episode of Gozyuger. So basically, after losing his friends, thanks to the catechism boss, Alex, so Hal was declared the winner of the battle of the Centaurings by the Tegazord. So basically, Hal is just in a devastated mood. His friends got. So basically, his friends got, his friends, Riku, Ryoga, Sunsumi, and Kingen got killed by Alex, the boss of the Catechism, and basically, Machino ended up sacrificing themselves to destroy him, and basically, he's just in a devastated mood, and out of nowhere, here comes Fire Candle, challenging Hal to a duel, and basically, he was devastated. He was he accepted Fire Candle's, Fire Candles, accepting to a duel and whatnot. So basically, Fire Candle transformed into his Phoenix monster form, and basically Hal morphed up, and basically, started to fight, and started to fight each other. So basically, the fight only lasted like a minute, and basically, they started to talk, and Fire Candle started to talk. He said, "My wish, you want to know what my wish is? To keep on fighting you, beyond life and death and whatnot." And basically, and Hal has not figured out what he wants to wish for and whatnot. And basically, out of nowhere, so basically, Hal is about to it seems like he was about to get finished by, was about to get finished by a Fire Candle, and basically, his Carl, who's in his, whose soul is in the Gargoyle version of the Roof Castle 50, showed up, and basically he was able to turn into human again, but it was just temporary, and basically June and and Goodberry showed up, in human size, and basically things like, it seems like, he kind of made up with Tekajin to help him out, and basically he transformed into Gargoyle to get his brother Hal time to make his wish. So basically, the Tekajin was like, what is your wish? So basically, he said, out of all the things I learned from my friends, I decided I want to stop the Sentai Ring battle all over again with my friends. So basically, he wanted to. So basically, Hal's wish was to start the battle of the Sentai Rings over again with his friends. So basically, Technosaur made his wish come true, or the Sentai Rings, glow and made his wish come true, and basically. So basically, all the Sentai Rings went back to the people that they, back to the, all Sentai Rings, including the Gozyuger Rings, went back to the people that the previous owner, back to the previous owners, and basically, Ryoga, Riku, Sun Ino, and Kingen were brought back to life thanks to Hal's wish. And basically, and basically, they morphed up together one last time, and basically, and basically Fire Cannon transformed into its monster form, and basically summoned some different foot soldiers from past Sentai to try to help her against the Gozyuger. So basically, so it seemed like the Wish was not able to bring back Machito back to life and whatnot. So anyway, seems like the Rangers were about to battle, have to make a battle through the different foot soldiers from past Sentai, but turns out that the wing warriors that they befriended on the way, showed up. So basically, the Prime Minister dude showed up, the producer dude showed up, Reoder's maid showed up, the Hunter dude showed up, and basically, Kinson's friend showed up, and basically they got the Sentai rings back, and basically they were dealing with the foot soldiers, while the Rangers were, while the Gozyugers were dealing with Fire Cannon. So basically, Fire Cannon gets like in its Phoenix monster form was launched a fire attack against the Rangers, and the Rangers used their weapons to launch a fire attack against Fire Cannon. So basically, seems like the attacks started to clash together, and basically seems like Fire Cannon was about to win it, and out of nowhere, Machito showed up, and basically using the take a knuckle to help defeat Fire Cannon and force him to transform out of his monster Phoenix mode and whatnot. So basically, the other Rangers were happy. To see Machito was back and whatnot. And basically, the rest of the other Sentai took down the foot soldiers and whatnot, and basically Fire Cannon realized that he lost. So basically, he realized at this point that he lost this battle, and basically he wanted Hal to finish him off, but that was not going to happen. And basically, and Hal said that, let's try to be friends, and hoping that you will let's build our friendship up, and hoping that you will find another way to have another way to spend your life and whatnot. And basically, they shook hands, and basically that was it. And so basically, the battle with the Fire Cannon, shook hands with Hal, and basically they're now friends and whatnot. And basically now Fire Cannon has to figure out what he wants to do with the rest of his life. What what his new, he needs to figure out what he wants to do with the rest of his life. But him and Hal are now friends and whatnot. Anyway, Machito turns out that after he sacrificed himself to take down the Cataclysm Lex, the boss of the Cataclysm Lex, and he sacrificed himself, he's now a god. So basically, Machito is now a god, a real god. So basically, after he sacrificed himself, now he's a god. Machito now has real god powers now. So basically, Machito is now a god. He has true god powers and whatnot. He's now a god. As for Kumavir, well, he's dead. He's dead now. He's an angel. So basically, Kumavir is dead now. He's an angel. yeah, that's how it is. So anyway, we cut to a year later, and we see how somewhere in the center of the city, sitting down with a bag filled with Sentai rings. and basically, Machino and Goodburn were showed up, and basically like, oh, it's been a year, so how have you been doing? So basically, I've been doing fine, but I got all the Sentai rings again, and basically showing the bag of Sentai rings. So basically, how it's been. For the past year, he's been collecting all the Sentai rings and whatnot. So basically, he has all the Sentai rings, including the Gozyuger rings as well. So basically, turns out that Machino has shared some details about when he used Goodburn, to rewrite the laws of the universe to take down Lex, the Cataclysm Divorce. He was able to help the other Rangers make their dreams come true. So basically, some Sui's sister Oda woke up from a coma with her memories back, and the two sisters decided to go on a long journey to spend time with each other. So basically, Sun Eno and her sister Oda woke up, and basically when her memories back, and basically the two sisters are on a journey they're going on a long journey to spend time with each other. As for Riku's friend Ray was serious illness was going, and he was out of jail. So basically Riku's illness and injuries that he suffered are now gone. He's out of jail now, and basically he was able to see Riku born as a major pop star and whatnot. As for Kenshin, Kenshin has been living a double life. He still has the ability to turn into an old man and a young man. So basically, he's been using his ability to transform from an old man into a young man, living a double life and whatnot. So basically, he's living out his life, living out a double life, being a young man by day and an old man by night and whatnot. So anyway, as for Ryoga, so basically Ryoga just figured a way to spread the word of the Tegasort by opening up Tegasort cafes around the world and whatnot. So basically, Tegasort agreed to help. So basically, the Tegasort agreed to help Ryoga with that, and basically, as we don't get any follow up, as for Tekajun, so basically, Tekajun, Mr. Sweetcake, Tekajun, Miss Sweetcake, Mr. Shine Eyes, and Miss Bouquet, along with Bartender, decided to make the #1 word coexist with the human world. So basically, they've been working towards, peace between, having peace between the #1 world and the human world, and they've been working on that. So basically, So basically, and basically Quan is still, Quan with them making that dream come true as well. So anyway, so basically, so basically, you got all the Sentai rings, you ain't gonna make any wish. Well, I don't have anything to wish for right now, but, once I figure out, then, you will know. But right now, this world is perfect. So basically, how it went back to the after a year collecting Sentai rings, he went back to the cafe. The landlady was there along with her son. So basically, he went to the cafe, and basically his landlady was there. and her son as well, and basically Riku, Ryoga, and Kenshin was there as well, and basically my sister showed up with some hot dogs, and they had a feast, and basically the landlady said that, you owe me some rent money, and basically, this is how the episode ends with most of the Rangers, set to some, having a hot dog, having a hot dog party on 6, and basically this is how the final episode of Gozyuger ended on this note. So anyway, it was just, that's how the episode ended with as 5 out of the 6 Rangers, at the cafe having a hot dog, having a hot dog festival, eating hot dogs together, and basically that's how the episode ended on this note. So anyway. This will be the final review for the Super Sentai for the Super Sentai review. So basically, once Sentai comes off this hiatus, the Super Sentai review will be back. So just to let you guys know, once Sentai is off this hiatus, it seems like it's going to be 10 years. The Super Sentai review will be back, but. So basically, this will be it for the Super Sentai review for now. So anyway, what do you guys think about the final episode of Gozyuger? Good, bad, or just okay? Please let me know in the comments below this podcast. So anyway, starting off on Screen Reviews. 1.